Alright, welcome back to the 55 Buick Piece of Shit Special. Time to finish up this trunk. The hole is getting bigger. There's a lot of tar back here. A lot of it. But it's the only way to find out what's really here. It all has to come out. And looks like I finally got to some solid metal back here. Okay, the hole is considerably bigger than what I started with. But, unfortunately, that's what you have to do to find out where you have solid metal. You have to blow it all out. It is what it is. So I'm going to cut this up here. You can see my cut line. I'm going to go here, down, across. I'm going to get all the way into my spare tire well because I don't care because it was coming out anyway. So I'm going to cut this and take sections of it out, get it out of the way, cut down this way and across. And I got to do a little repair also on this panel here. That was rusted out underneath the piles and piles of seam seal or tar or whatever was in here. So yeah, let me get this cut back and make it look like at least a normal hole, if it could be. I don't know. Hole was smaller a little while ago. Not sure what happened. Well, there's what my little hole in the trunk turned into. A bigger hole. Pretty big hole. Unfortunately, this is what you will run into with these older cars. Whatever little rust you see, count on it being more than that. Once the seam sealer tar that they had in here from the factory was all peeled away, took a bit to get to solid steel to weld to. So this is where I'm at now on this side. And it is what it is. It's metal, no big deal. Don't be intimidated. Just weld it back one piece at a time, even if you have to do it in 100 pieces. Doesn't matter. It's just a trunk. So first thing I have to do, the bottom ledge on this piece here was rotted away that wraps around. I have to extend this down about an inch, inch and a half to get that seam or get that piece back to have something to weld the rest of the trunk pan to on that side. So we'll get that in. Then, just like on the other side, this section here is going to get done first. And then we have a section here that overlaps it, and that'll get done. And I may do that all in one piece to cross this barrier. I'm not sure. I'll have to see what it looks like, because I'm replacing where the spare tire well was as well, so I'll have to put some beads in it for strength. But first let me get the ledge on there and that first piece in, and then I can deal with the next sections one at a time. All right, first piece is in, which is just the fixing the bottom of that inner panel there. Next will be, this section here. Fill that in, move to the next piece. Alrighty, so first piece is in, which is just to repair that panel here, the bottom part that was rotted out. Next piece will be a section here, and I have my template that I used on the driver's side, and it's actually perfect for this side as well. So that saves me some 2 minutes of drawing on cardboard. So let me cut out another patch and get that welded in. Next piece, cut out of Jaguar door panel and fit it in. Looks good. It's a little loose because we want a little bit of a gap for the weld. Get it tacked, start burning it in. Alrighty, piece number 2 in. Yeah, not my finest welding, but got it as clean as I could. It's certainly not going to move. Once it's seam sealed, no one's ever going to care. So next piece is going to be overlapping this piece and then plug welded here like factory, and then it has to come across, step down, and run over to here. And that's because this side is a little higher than the trunk floor, and I need the trunk floor to be flat all the way across for the bigger gas tank. Once we get to this point, it doesn't matter because the frame rail's here, but from here over I want to be pretty flat. So next big piece here, and if I end up doing this in one piece, I'm going to see what it looks like. I'll have to put some bead in it or something there for some strength. I don't want to just use a flat piece in this that big of a patch. And then plus this will be running into the big patch that covers the opening there, and that'll need to be beaded as well, so they'll probably just run together if I can do that. All right, let me get some cardboard, see what this looks like. All right, it's been a couple hours. Broke for lunch, came back refreshed, and this is what I came up with so far. All right, so I ended up making a one-piece patch. I think I'll roll the bead in this, and it's a good enough fit that with a little heating and beating, it'll work just fine. And we will have a trunk floor again in this car, which is cool because it hasn't had one in probably 30, 40 years. Not bad. Not good, not bad. All right, let me get this welded in. I'm not videotaping everything because once you've seen welding, you've seen welding. It's pretty much the same stuff. All right, got a bead on it. And now I get a little twist in the metal from rolling a bead, but put a bead in it with the bead roller, nothing special. I do a bead once a year, so we don't have a lot of practice, but it works. It's more for strength than for looks, I should say. But yeah, only do it like once a year when I'm building the car. So anyway, that's going to be that. That's going to work pretty well. This section here, I'll slice this and bring it down to meet that. And same thing in the back corners, just kind of cut the metal, existing metal, and bring it up to meet it. Tack it in a whole bunch of places, and it should work just fine. I got to drill these holes for the plug welds here. And I got to cut out this spare tire well. That's the last thing to remove, so I got my cut line. And I'm going to cut that out. Second piece. And that is it for the spare tire well. And now we fall right through, which is fine. Just means we have a good clearance. Weld that up. Butt weld that all the way around. And be good to go. Alright, got some tack welds on. It's tacked in there. Got some tack welds put in place. Still lots of welding to do on it, but it's going to work just fine. Just fine. Getting closer. Almost done with this trunk, which will be one more thing to check off the list. All right, let me get it finished welded up and go to the next step. Okay, trunk is shaping up. Starting to look like a trunk again. So that's basically welded in. I've got this area here to deal with, where this piece has to come down and blend into this. So to do that, I'm just going to cut a slice in the side, cut out like a pie cut out of that right there, and then that can hit this and knock it down, and we'll see what that gap looks like. Let's see what we got here. That's enough. right, that corner is done. We are just about finished, other than seam sealer. And don't look bad. Looks like a trunk. It'll work. Cool. And that's it for the trunk. Bottom line is, when it comes to metal, it's no big deal. Get some metal from whatever. This was 100% cut out of a Jaguar XJ6 door skins that I'd saved from a car I cut up to get the suspension, because you never know when you need some good flat steel for free. And that's it. It works. All right, so this will get primer and paint or bed liner, but not yet. Not until after it's completely finished, which is still one more step to do, but I can't do it until the gas tank is going in. So next step on this car is going to be to make the rear cross member underneath the back that was basically missing from rust. So let's get on to that with the next video.